where do ideas come from?
It comes like on a TV in your mind.
More importantly, how can we as creative professionals generate better ideas on a consistent basis? So whether you're an app developer, an entrepreneur, a marketing professional, or a filmmaker, the thoughts shared in this video should help you in coming up with relevant ideas. I'm your host Vivek, and welcome to this episode of Brand Addict. My job requires me to generate ideas on a daily basis. On a few occasions, I'm able to rock it out, but on most days, it's a struggle. As I progressed in my career, I was somehow expected to get better at coming up with ideas. And to counter that pressure, I started studying what some of the most accomplished creative folks resort to when they land in a similar situation. This video is essentially my own cheat sheet. And at the end of this video, I'll share a downloadable version so that you can tweak my process and use it for your own projects. Let's dive in. Okay, so here's the first one. I'm a huge fan of the work of Frans Johansson. In his book, The Medici Effect, Frans talks about
500 years ago, the Medici family ruled the city of Florence in Italy. Now, they did a lot of things during their rule, right? Like they assassinated people and poisoned them, but they also did something else. They sponsored highly creative individuals, sculptors, architects, philosophers, painters, Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, from all over Europe, even as far away as from China. And they brought them to the city of Florence, where they were able to break down the boundaries between the different disciplines, between the different cultures, and ignite what became one of the most creative eras in Europe's history, the Renaissance.
Frans says that innovation most likely happens at the intersection of disciplines. If you are a techie and thinking of building the next popular application, you should invest time to understand an unrelated field, say daily transportation. If you are a songwriter, think about picking up sound samples of an instrument that you have never worked with. And if you're a filmmaker, thinking of writing, say, a slow burn thriller, how about picking up a few books on the geopolitical tensions of neighboring countries across the world? If you're a marketer, how about taking cues from the behavioral traits and psychology of your target audience? Maybe invest in understanding the kind of struggles they have. Moving on to the next idea, and this seems to help me every single time. Nothing is original. And I'm picking this up from one of the craziest thinkers I know, the one and only Austin Kleon. Ideas are not an invention. They're more like discoveries.
I know something that a lot of artists know, but few will admit to, and that is nothing is completely original. All creative work builds on what came before. Every new idea is just a remix or a mashup of one or two previous ideas.
Do not stress yourself out trying to come up with something that's truly yours. Try and build on something that already exists. Let me simplify this. My point is, do not try to reinvent fire or wheel. Take a wheel and make something extraordinary with that. What this essentially means is, take a painting that you like and make a movie out of it. Choose a musical scale that inspires you and make a symphony out of it. I know a lot of amateur artists who try to come up with original stuff, only ending up without any ideas for years. While the professionals, they constantly look for inspirations and keep shipping stuff. You know, according to The Economist, screenplays based on books perform better at the box office, even after controlling for their budgets. Legends like Spielberg have taken so many ideas from books.
He's the man who talked Thomas Keneally into writing the book. I owe him such a debt. All of us owe him such a debt. He has carried the story of Oskar Schindler.
My only piece of advice and caveat here, do not copy creations. I do not mean that. Take them as thought starters. There's a fine line between plagiarizing and stealing like an artist. And here's the thing. If you ever have doubts on whether you're stealing too much, here's the litmus test I personally go for. As long as your conscience allows you to tag the artist or the artists who inspired you on social media, you're good to go. Show them what you made out of their work. Show them how you appreciate their creativity, and they'll most likely flaunt your work with pride. Most likely, they'll get you some more eyeballs. The third and the final piece of advice. Ideas take their own sweet time to come up. I can almost guarantee you'll come up with great ideas if you stick to a process and go through the grind.
So ideas are like fish. And you don't make the fish, you catch the fish. You desiring an idea is like putting a bait on a hook and lowering it into the water.
I've created a cheat sheet that has a bunch of thought starters. I take a printout of this sheet and answer one question at a time. I think about similar ideas, diametrically opposite solutions, other creators in the field. What I like about them, what I hate about the other ideas already out there. Going through the entire exercise takes time and discipline, but it makes the process more structured. For generating ideas that have a lot riding on them, I often do this exercise multiple times over many days. And that kind of gives me an assurance that I've thought through the problem from numerous perspectives, and I'm not sold on the first idea that I had. Try downloading this sheet and let me know if you think this works. Feel free to customize it to your own taste. Thanks for watching.